Well, the Braves are at the 500 mark for the first time this season. 21-21, right at the one-quarter mark of the 162-game baseball season. It is quite an accomplishment considering the fact this team started the season at 0-7 in one of the worst weeks in the history of this franchise. But they have rebounded and done very well, going 21-14 in their last 35 games to now get to the break-even point. So hopefully they can kind of start over and push reset. Not easy to get back to 500 after an 0-7 starts. In fact, the Braves are only the fifth team to accomplish that goal. One of the other four was the 1980 Braves, as a matter of fact. But the Braves did it fairly early compared to those other teams. And, of course, of the 38 teams who have started at least 0-7, including this year's Braves, well, not one of the other teams ever made the postseason. So the Braves are going to try to make history with this year's team after that disastrous 0-7 start. There are a couple things to look forward to. First of all, Spencer Strider's coming back at some point, maybe this weekend in Boston. He will throw a sim game today in Atlanta, and they'll really judge how he looks with that. And they did that instead of sending him to a minor league affiliate to get a start. So they'll see him firsthand at Truist Park to see how he looks. And if they believe he feels good tomorrow and everything goes well with that hamstring, then we could see him either in Boston this weekend or perhaps early next week in Washington, one of the two. And, of course, Ronald Acuna Jr., who played last night in his first rehab game down in Florida, and he hit a home run, which was a really good sign, no question about that. He will be off today and then tomorrow join the AAA Gwinnett team, and he will see how he goes. Now, I don't think that he's ready anytime soon. They're going to be very careful with Ronald Acuna Jr., who you may remember tore his ACL about a year ago, sometime in May. So they're going to be careful with him because they want him to come back and really be productive when he returns. And that's going to be a key because remember, after he did this the first time with the other knee in 2021, he really struggled in 2022. It wasn't until 2023 when he had his unbelievable, historic MVP season that he really got back on track. So that's going to be important to see. Not only, all right, is he ready, but is he ready to contribute in a big way to this team? That's something they're going to try to judge in his recovery and to see where he goes and how he feels more than anything. So I think that might be another 10 days to 2 weeks. I mean, they're treating what he's doing now like a spring training, so they do not like to rush people back when they've missed his spring training. He's been working all along, but that's been in his rehab process. Now he's truly getting ready to rejoin the team, perhaps by the end of the month. And we've got 2 weeks, obviously, left in the month of May. So for the Braves to do something special, now that they've reset this season and they are at 500, the even mark, they're going to have those two guys, Spencer Strider and Ronald Acuna, which we knew going into the year, even when they got to spring training on Valentine's Day, that was going to be a big part of the season, the return of one of their best starting pitchers and, of course, the return of a former MVP. But now that they've gotten to the 500 mark, it's a lot easier to at least look ahead and not worry about having a losing season. It doesn't guarantee they're going to win tonight or win tomorrow or even stay above 500. They got to get above 500 first. But it sure is good after the 0-7 start to have them back at the 500 mark, and hopefully they can go from here and have a good rest of the season.